Perhaps one of the biggest questions that left mankind wondering, who are you? Or more importantly, who am I? Throughout every generation, there seems to be an identity crisis. Most people do not know who they are. They say, you are what you look like, you are what you buy, you're just an animal with a conscience, you are whatever you choose to be, or you're just nothing. These make us even more confused. So, who am I? We automatically give our own names. But names are just labels that identify us from others. That's not who you are. Maybe you might say, hey, I'm just a basketball player. Or hey, I can make a really great friend. Or maybe you might even just love sketching different people. But at the end of the day, once you quit your sketching, or once you threw away your ball, or the moment you leave your very own friend, your identity ceases to exist, and it's not who you are. Life is the longest adventure any man can have. The more we get closer to the end, the older we get. Who am I? Am I my own body? Am I still the same person that started my journey? Will I be the same person that will save the final step? Our body changes constantly. Although you may feel that it's the same, it's actually not. As we age, our body turns frail, which leaves a different sensation to ourselves. Who we are today won't be able to do most in the next 70 years, 80 years, or even 90 years. So am I my body? The human body is made up of flesh and bone, so to speak. This flesh and bone is made up of cells. The cells are made up of molecules. The molecules are made up of atoms, and the atoms are made up of subatomic particles, some of which known as quarks. These subatomic particles arise out of seemingly nowhere, stay for an incredibly short time, far shorter than a zillionth of a second, and then fade into nothingness again. It's like the continuous mass of bubbles. In other words, your body is made up of trillions upon trillions of some sort of energy, which comes into and goes out of existence at a mind-boggling speed. The body is forever changing. The physical body that gets into a shower is not the same physical body which gets out of the towel itself. The changes aren't noticeable, but they have occurred. What stays roughly the same are the patterns in which these subatomic particles arise. The patterns seems to have permanency, but even they are gradually changing, otherwise we could not grow and we would never change. Yet we know we do, because we get older. Who am I? Am I my thoughts? Am I my thoughts might well bring the answer, well, of course I am. As Descartes said, I think, therefore I am. This is wrong. The good philosopher could have just easily said, I can touch things, therefore I am. Or I can feel my weight upon the earth, therefore I am. The point is that sometimes our verbal chatter in our mind stops. There is a pause, a quietness. Yet we don't cease to exist when there is no thought projected onto the mirror of our consciousness. Our thoughts come and go. If we are our thoughts, then what kind of thoughts? Is it our beliefs? But beliefs change, yet we remain. So it would be better to say we have our own thoughts, but we are not our thoughts. Who am I? Am I my emotions? Emotion is among life's most important questions for humans seeking a philosophy they can live with. But like the physical body and our thoughts, the answer has to be known. Emotions arise and pass away. A thought could arise, trigger an emotion, and then seemingly fade away. It could go into sort of a loop. Thought, emotion, emotion triggering new thought triggering emotion, and so on. But at some time or another, the loop will drop out. Do we drop out and cease to live when there is no emotion at the forefront of our minds? You know the answer is no. So we come to the conclusion that we are not our bodies, we are not our thoughts, and we are not our emotions. So what am I? Who am I? Because we are made in the image of God. God is the fixed reference point on which our design, purpose, and values are established. If we want to know who we are, then we must start by looking up at Him, not around at others or within ourselves. It comes